Yo, what's good everybody? It's DeeKnow again, and here we are with another crazy video with some cool clips from all over the world. We're here to check it out, see what's going on, see what's real, see what's fake. If you're new here, I hope you'll hang out, see what it's like around here, maybe subscribe at the end of the video. Who knows, you might like chilling. Anyways, we got some cool videos. Thank everybody for being here. Let's hop right into it.
The number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why.
He's right. He's right. I mean, think about it. Look back on Kevin Hart. Just look back. He just popped up out of nowhere, all over the place, sold out everywhere. I mean, really though, think about it.
Alright, so a psychic went on Fox News to predict Trump's 2024, and you guys gotta see this.
Let's do just one card. We like that one.
Oh. What is that?
I mean, I do recognize that I'm at Fox TV. I have a sense of loss. A sense of loss, but it's very specific. No, let me move on.
Okay.
They're probably going to be able to make AI movies, AI TV shows, and it's going to get to the point where you got to question everything you see now, which kind of sucks because
Mellow 15,
again,
episode 113.
Is this a video of you stealing this thing? Nah, bro, that's AI, bro. Like, how do I know that's not AI? And how do I know you didn't just make that AI video to show the judge now? I know people might say, well, why would they do that? But come on, bro. If they're trying to get rid of somebody, no, we got video of you entering this fucking building when someone,
it's not video yet, but it's definitely audio. There's audio of Joe Biden. There's audio with Trump, Joe Rogan.
Yeah. And think about it. A lot of people are dumb, bro. And no offense, a lot of people are dumb, and they probably believe that was real. Like, did you hear Joe Biden talking about? They probably don't care if someone said, "No,
yeah, they
mom,
don't care, man."
Mom, I know, I'm not really a Biden fan either, mom, but like that wasn't real. No, you know, no.
Say it.
No, and I swear, my friend sent it to me.
Yeah, no, I swear, my friend sent it to me. It's on TikTok.
Choose your destiny.
Hey bro, but honestly, half the time, NASA looks worse than like most of these CGI Hollywood movies. I'm just saying.
Sumerian burial practices and funerary incantations. It is
Boy,
entitled
put it back.
Naturam de Manto, roughly translated, Book of the Dead. Book of the Dead. The book is bound in human flesh and inked in human blood. In human blood. It deals with demons, demon resurrection, and those forces which roam the forest and dark bowers of man's domain. The first few pages warn that these enduring creatures may lie dormant, but are never truly dead. They may be recalled to active life through the incantations presented in this book. It is through recitation of these passages that the demons are given license to possess the living. Possess the living. Natra amistrobin azarta tatir mando mansizon azan.
You won't catch me messing with something like that. No, 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 no. Probably a prop or something. I don't know.
You know, it's a great pleasure to have Eastman Kodak Company with us tonight because pictures and Disneyland just naturally go together.
Let's see.
All over the world.
Come on, everybody.
Disneyland. All over the world.
Come on, everybody.
You know, most everyone uses this Disneyland camera store as headquarters for Kodak film and cameras. And today, when they come in, they discover that taking pictures is easier and more fun than it ever was. All over the world. And more fun than it ever was.
That's a lot to read. I wonder who's got the time machine. Dun dun dun.
It's Friday, January 19th, 2024. Could this be the start of the Civil War in the United States under the Joe Biden administration? Let's talk about it. Things are getting pretty heated up and intense between the Biden administration and the state of Texas over the border crisis. Texas is still ignoring Biden administration's cease and desist order at the southern border, which I support. Go Texas. We all got your back. Let's continue. Basically, the Department of Homeland Security Biden's administration told Texas to stop blocking their access at the southern border between Texas and the United States, which Texas is not refusing their access to the southern border because they have access to boat ramps. Let's continue again. So basically, that Texas Attorney General told the Department of Homeland Security to go F themselves. Yup, thank God, because we're all sick of it. Texas Attorney General told DHS that the laws and facts support Texas. Also, that it will utilize its constitutional rights and defend her territory, as well in the courts. Biden's response to that was he's going to arrest any U.S. service member that is getting in his way.
Come
now,
on,
in my own
Ninja.
opinion, that is waging war on your own people and sticking up for the illegals.
That's
Joe
how
Biden
Texas
will choose
is, man.
people from other countries over his own people every single day.
Yeah,
Texas
you can't
has
mess
every
with
right
Texas,
to defend our
man.
borders, our citizens, and our sovereignties. Biden and his administration is telling Texas they will use any means that they have available to them to take back the border from the National Guard. The Supreme Court has ruled in favor for Texas the entire time at the border, but Biden
really
is
like
fighting
that last
really hard to change that. One thing I do know is nobody fights harder than Texas. Why is Biden trying to fight to keep the borders open so bad? What's behind this?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But that is pretty crazy. You can't mess with Texas.
His Tesla through thick fog when he suddenly realized he was rapidly approaching flashing lights. He hit the brakes, but nothing happened. The road was covered in ice. He quickly decided to go off-road into the median in an attempt to avoid hitting the vehicles that were blocking the entire highway.
Okay.
He braced for impact,
He's
and after
alright.
coming to a stop, he was relieved that he was safe and the car was okay. At least, that's what he thought. Exactly 1 minute later, a truck driver made the same decision to go off-road, T-boning Joe's Tesla on the passenger side. A total of 18 cars and 12 semi-trucks were involved in the crash on I-90 that morning. The Washington State Patrol said that freezing fog was the main contributor to the 30-vehicle pileup. 3 people were transported to local hospitals, but thankfully all injuries were reportedly minor. Joe was totally unharmed but very shaken up, which is understandable. The State Patrol later posted these aerial photos from the accident scene, and in one of them we can actually spot Joe's Tesla.
Look at that.
The Tesla was towed to a junkyard since the initial report stated it would probably be declared a total loss by the insurance company. Joe filed a claim with the driver of the pickup truck who'd hit him. The insurance company is waiting for the State Patrol to complete their investigation, as there is one person who's been cited for going too fast for conditions, and they consider that person responsible for the entire incident. After seeing pictures of the aftermath, it's definitely a miracle nobody was seriously injured in this massive accident.
Definitely glad nobody was hurt in that, because that was crazy looking. That was huge. You see it.
I want to move on. I want to create. I want to annoy people that are, businessmen that want to take advantage of me.
A lot of golden showers. In
The
Burbank.
gold juice that I will live forever and I'll have whatever I want. The gold juice. You never offer the gold juice?
No, I'm
The gold
I'm a
juice.
scumbag comic. What's the gold juice?
I don't know, but I
don't
didn't
know,
drink
man.
it and I didn't want it. And
Is this in
I
a?
noticed when all the girls, certain girls on Orange, changed. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's like a real thing.
I found the secret of eternal life. I looked into God's eyes and you know what I saw? The juice weasel.
Actor actress Taryn Manning recently stirred up a storm with comments about something called gold juice. Jim Carrey is also speaking out on this rumored Hollywood ritual where celebrities have to do some disturbing things in exchange for money and fame. Jim is no stranger
Go
to criticizing
figure,
Hollywood, and he actually announced last year that he's leaving the industry behind. And now that Taryn is openly speaking out about the so-called gold juice ritual, fans are speculating that all these celebs who get labeled crazy or leave Hollywood are the ones who refuse to drink the gold juice. But what exactly is gold juice? And is this the reason Jim Carrey decided to quit Hollywood? Let's get into it.
That's why we're here. We're here to, separate people from their egos.
The Orange is the New Black star, Taryn Manning, recently sparked a viral discussion after she appeared on Whitney Cummings' podcast.
What do y'all think about that gold juice thing? It's kind of weird, right? I don't know. It seems a little weird. Moving on. Why though? I really don't understand why the art.
We have a breaking news update. You still may want to hold off on filing your 2023 tax return because Congress just struck a $78 billion deal that will help millions of people see a larger increase in their refunds and business owners see more write-offs on their tax return. The name of this bill is called the Tax Relief for American Families and Workers Act of 2024, and it enhances the child tax credit in 4 ways. The first way is it changes the calculation of how you get the refund for the child tax credit. The old formula, you take the money that you make, you subtract it by $2,500, and you multiply it by 15%, you will get an $1,800 child tax credit. That's going to increase your refund. But with the new formula, it's the same exact way, but you're going to multiply by the number of kids that you're claiming. So in this case, if you're claiming 10 kids, your child tax credit would be $18,000. This new formula is really targeted to low-income families. If you're making anywhere between $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, you may not see too much of an increase. The second thing that it does is that it increases the amount of child tax credit that you can get back as a refund. The old limit is $1,600. The new limit is $1,800. So you can see a $200 increase for each child that you are claiming. Third thing that it does, it adjusts the child tax credit for inflation. So each year it's going to go up $100. Fourth thing, kind of like back in the COVID days, starting in 2024 and 2025, you can use your income from last year to see if you can qualify for even a bigger child tax credit. And for business owner, it extends the 100% bonus depreciation for another 3 years. This means that business owners can write off assets with a useful life of 20 years or less up to 100%. This includes things like vehicles and equipment. If you have already filed your tax return, I doubt that you will have to amend it. If history repeats itself, the IRS is either going to apply a credit to your account, send you a check, or it's a credit that you're going to have to claim on next year's taxes. An official vote on this bill is expected to take place the week of January 29th. That's when we'll know more. If you are a small business owner or a content creator that needs professional tax help, head to the link in my bio to become a client. My name is Duke, and I make taxes very easy to understand. Give me a follow to stay educated.
That's good information right there.
If you realize that there are an infinite number of parallel realities, it means there are an infinite number of parallel versions of Earth that coexist simultaneously right now. So he's basically saying you never actually change the world you're on. You change yourself and you shift yourself incrementally to different versions of Earth that already exist that are more and more and more reflective of the change you make within you. People may still exist on the world you left behind, but you may never interact again because they may actually be on another vibrational level of Earth that exists simultaneously with the one you've shifted to. And when you think of yourself as an indestructible, eternal, infinite being, nothing is ever really lost.
It's an interesting thought.
The U.S. leading a coalition of 13 countries and issuing a final warning.
A U.S.-led coalition of 13 countries are issuing what is being called a final warning.
We're at real risk of the conflict in the Mideast escalating.
There is a real danger of escalation in the war in the Middle East.
Breaking news coming out today, January the 4th, as the United States is saying they have issued their final warning. Houthis launched sea drone to attack ships hours after the United States allies issued their final warning, and they're saying that this is it. Now, let me know your thoughts. Are these empty threats? threats, or is it going to escalate? A lot of people saying that right now the Biden administration issuing empty threats, and we have received threats from Iran time and time again with troops being attacked. Just take a look. Iran says the U.S. will not be spared from their fire. This back in October 27th in the UN on the United States soil before all of the United Nations, threatening the United States. Also, Iran says the U.S. will be hit hard if no ceasefire in Gaza. And take a look. U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria have been attacked more than 100 times in 2023. And now we are finally seeing some response. However, we've also received warnings from former President Donald Trump just a little while ago that World War III now is imminent and that there is obliteration that will be coming if we do not stop what is taking place with the conflicts around the world with the United States, Iran, China, Taiwan, Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you the latest video footage so you can hear exactly what happened today and also a word from today's video sponsor. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button. Just takes a second. Helps out the channel a ton. Hit subscribe to stay up to date. I'll let you know everything that's going on so you don't miss out on anything. But with that being said,
he had a good message, but then it started turning into an ad.
This one is number 670455. Isn't it cute?
I don't like.
If you could only be with me. Yes, our kids are available in many different sizes and colors. Whoops! I hear just now that white is sold out already. Thank you so much, everyone. It's such great fun to see that our kids are so popular with you. So, hurry up and reserve your own personal kid right.
That's not funny. PSA or not. That's not funny.
If you terraform Mars, turn it into Earth, and then ship 1 billion people there so you split the species, protecting one from disaster relative to the other. I get that. But whatever effort that takes, it's gotta be easier to figure out how to deflect the asteroid. It's gotta be easier to come up with a super viral serum where no virus will ever infect you. Those have to be easier than terraforming Mars and shipping 1 billion people there. Not only that, if we trash Earth and you want to go to Mars after you've terraformed, if you can terraform Mars into Earth, you can terraform Earth back into Earth. We should do it because it's a cool thing to do and it's a scientific frontier. But to do it as the solution to saving our species, I don't see that as realistic. Plus, you're going to sit around and watch 4 billion people go extinct and just do nothing about it? We're fine over here. We're the half that are going to survive and propagate the human species. I just don't see it as realistic.
Yeah, I don't see it as realistic either, man. I don't know about you guys. You can leave some comments below. Tell me why you would think otherwise, but yeah, I don't see it.
Well, that's not normal.
No.
Whoa. Okay, I guess it wants to be up there now. Oh. There goes the table.
I'd be out.
And the plant.
Bye. Oh no, that's crazy. It's like a Dementor out of the Harry Potter. Oh, now that's weird.
It's next to, oh man.
There's a few of them. What?
What the fuck is that? Oh fuck no.
Oh, there's a bunch.
Fuck no, this is fucking.
What was that?
Here's a quick tip for you. First thing you should do if you move into a new house or an apartment, this right here, your deadbolt, take these screws out, these little screws, and replace them with these nice big 2.5 or 3-inch screws. That way, if you ever have someone that's trying to get into your house, you're not relying just on this door jamb to stop them. These screws will go into the studs, and your house will be a lot more secure.
Do that. Please, do that. It'll work a lot better than not doing that.
Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. The sun is, the sky is a perfect clock. The sun keeps track of the hours and the days. Wherever the sun is, it's noon, right? The sun will lap the moon every 28 days. So if I speed it up, you'll see that the sun is going to catch up to the moon. The moon, its phases and its position keep track of the weeks and the months. There used to be 13 months of 28 days, but they hijacked that from us also. Slow it down, turn on the stars. The stars are spinning the same way from east to west, no matter where you are on Earth. Stars are going slightly faster than the sun to where the point where is they'll lap the sun once every 365 days. So right now, the sun is fading back into this constellation. Next month, it'll be in Capricorn. It'll fade back in there, and it'll go through all the zodiacs until it's back to where it is on this day next year, right? So the stars keep track of the seasons and the years. This is how you learn about Flat Earth.
Flat Earthers, leave some comments. Like, what do you think about that? I'm curious. Yo, I don't know what that was, but that was pretty cool looking, man. Oh, the doll is moving up on the shelf in the top left. We can afford. Limbs. Discount tire. Limbs. We can afford. Discount tire. Yo, lady just peaced out and left the kid in VR. Mom of the year.
Now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go.
The kinds of technologies that we're testing out on Space Station are definitely helping us with our goals of going beyond low Earth orbit.
Early in the next decade, a set of crewed flights will test and prove the systems required for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
And this is really the beginning, I think, of human beings leaving low Earth orbit.
One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth.
One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth.
NASA tells us that they lost.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think the Earth is a closed system and that we just can't leave? I mean, I've never heard of anyone leaving further than the moon, and I don't even know that that was real.
People building bunkers all over the world, dude. And like, what are they building all these $200 million bunkers like apparently Zuckerberg's doing in Hawaii? What is that for? Why is Biden doing a bunker in Delaware? Why are they doing these things? It's because, dude, they are preparing to destroy everything if they lose power, because if they lose power, they're going to be held accountable. And they're going to get their way, dude, and it's going to f your entire life up and your family's life and everybody's life. These people are going to do anything.
What would happen if World War III started tomorrow? After 15 minutes, all the presidents of every country would tell citizens to stay at home, and a global lockdown would soon follow. After 12 hours, all borders of all countries would be closed, and concerns about nuclear weapons would quickly develop. After one day, the rich and powerful begin taking refuge in underground bunkers, leaving regular citizens to defend for themselves. After 2 days, communication systems and the internet go out completely, and the world goes dark. After 3 days, the first new key is used, which causes a chain reaction of retaliation. After 4 days, the air is so polluted that sunlight can no longer be seen from Earth, causing extreme consequences. After 1 week, food production comes to a halt, causing the global food chain to collapse, and 2 billion people are left without food. After 1 month, the ozone layer is destroyed. After 1 year, after billions of displacements, thousands of citizens are gone. Humans begin the process of rebuilding, and the Earth is forever scarred by this catastrophe.
Somebody really likes to write World War III fanfic using ChatGPT.
Can you explain quantum entanglement communications?
Yes, I don't think most people understand what I'm about to say anyway. But I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take 2 particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those 2 particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle 2 electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously, in no time, switch its rotation also because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously.
It's a whole lot of science, blah, 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 that I don't understand, that I'll have to go read about. I don't know about y'all.
News out of Capitol Hill. Congress has reached a spending bill for 2024. Now, the deal establishes an overall spending limit of $1.59 trillion for the fiscal year. Congress is currently facing a first deadline of January 19th to pass a funding deal to avoid a government shutdown.
The thing about people like that, and I'm not saying this guy's not telling the truth, but I'm saying when I see stories about someone talking about like some alien base that's underground and there's just aliens down there and one of them shot at me with a laser beam. If you were hiding some shit, like one of the best ways to make it seem ridiculous that you're hiding some shit is get some guy who's out of his fucking mind to go tell some wacky ass story. Oh yeah. Fill him full of lies. Tell him, yeah, you know, we started the earthquake in Christchurch, New Zealand. It was started with this thing. And then you tell him, yeah, it's actually a transmitter. And then you have the guy go tell. And now everybody's like, oh, if that's kooky. The idea of doing that is kooky. Directed energy weapon is kooky.
That's
meanwhile,
kooky.
it wasn't even that. They got a real one somewhere.
What was Iraq actually hiding? There's a theory that the U.S. stayed in Iraq for over a decade after it was liberated, not because of oil, but something way more powerful. In the 1920s, a British explorer discovered what was rumored to be the oldest known Stargate in the world, a device that's essentially able to take people across interstellar distances instantly. It was located at what is known today as the Great Ziggurat. However, in the 1980s, Saddam Hussein fortified the ancient complex in an attempt to keep explorers from seeing what was hidden inside. Furthermore, strange ancient technology has been seen coming out of the Great Ziggurat, rumored to have come through the Stargate from an ancient civilization now living on the hidden planet, Nibiru. People who have come out and spoken about these strange devices and coincidentally went missing soon after, with many more people in recent times coming forward, claiming to have been involved in classified programs in Iraq where Stargate technology was used. Many people are wondering.
Bruh, that's AI generated Joe Rogan. Come on, y'all.
business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period.
Yep, we don't
Period.
care
All of
nothing
these,
about the other
big
side.
deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of get on here.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
oh, because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing...
You will tell it?
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody dirty. And they'll just go out and they'll lie. The industry doesn't mess with Cat because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you.
The Smith-Mundt Modernization Act of 2012, which is under this president, authorizes the secretary and the board to make available in the United States motion pictures, films, video, audio, and other materials prepared for dissemination abroad allowed in the United States. This act also amends the Foreign Relations Authorization Act, which prohibited the funds to be used.
We have a huge supply and demand of food across this nation.
That's some
we can
stuff
feed
to
the
go
world
look at.
ourselves, and yet we're
And
destroying
this.
our harvests. At the same time, we are importing beef from other countries, beef that is less regulated than our beef, less safe, not as high quality of product, and yet it's happening. At the same time, they are preparing for us to euthanize our harvests. Does that make sense to America? For the last 10 years, we have been pressed to be sustainable. I've said all along, sustainability is a fraud. And right now, we're being forced to destroy our harvests. That doesn't sound like sustainability to me. It is time we get back to work. It is time the American people force the government to listen to us. We are of, by, and for the people. This is not Nancy Pelosi's country. This is not Donald Trump's country. This is your country, and you're going to go hungry. We must get regional and local packing houses up and going. Do we have to have those big packing plants? You bet we do, and they need to be running right now. You as a consumer are in trouble. My dad told me years ago the best thing that would happen to America is if everybody had to sit in the dark, cold, and hungry, and that would wake them up. Well, I think it's coming. We're in a dangerous position, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get going on this today, not tomorrow, today. You need to be calling your legislators. We need to be opening up the country. Your food supply is in danger. Ranchers are going broke every day. We're doing all we can to stay here. We are in crisis in America. This is a crisis. This is a national crisis. And everybody's just sitting back enjoying their time off, enjoying that $1,200, not knowing that overnight you're going to go hungry. It's coming. My apologies for my tone. I'm worried about my country.
UFOs landing right now.
I'm sure they can
Why are we taking pictures of some stupid balloon floating? Well, it's not a balloon. As you can see, it stops, and it's under some sort of control. But let's go back to the beginning. Balloon. Not any craft I've ever seen or known that has any sort of capability. I doubt the military.
Yeah, I don't know. It does look really weird.
Something so
Honestly,
secretive
look at how it
over
flies and stuff.
area like this where it could be seen by other people. And that's the best 4K picture of an orb of some sort with no noticeable propulsion to it we've ever seen probably in human history. I've seen a lot of these. This video is actually 5 minutes long. I cut it down for TikTok. We've never seen anything like this.
Closest you're gonna get to a real picture of a UFO reported in Baja California by a 85-year-old woman who came outside of her house at 2:30 in the morning because she thought the cops were outside. Suddenly looked up into the sky and seen about 6 balls of fire floating on top of her house, separating each other by 15 feet apart, each flying saucer. These fireballs suddenly, eliminated all fire from around the craft, and she said she was able to see these vehicles. She had her cell phone on her. Remember guys, she's 85. She wasn't thinking of taking a video, so she snapped some pictures of these craft. I zoomed into the pictures, so some of them are pixelated, but as you guys can see, what looks like an extraterrestrial inside the middle window, if you guys look closely. Just amazing, guys. What do you guys think about this? Comment below.
Well, to see more.
I don't know. That's some wild stuff right there. Some crazy UFO stuff. Y'all leave some comments and let me know about what y'all know.
This is fuck. There's this common person that everybody starts seeing in the AI generator and nobody knows who it is. The pictures are mad disturbing. This girl, she went on DALL-E. She wanted to really test the AI. What she did, she put in the name of a celebrity. I think it was Marlon Brando. She wanted to test it by putting everything but Marlon Brando. She put a -1. What she's claiming is that that person shows up more than any other celebrity in this AI generator. She searched up Marlon Brando with a -1. It showed this picture. She's like, what is this, right? It's DIGITAPNTICS. And then it just shows like weird castle. She took those letters. Yeah. She put it in the AI generator. And what popped up was this girl. And her name is Loeb. Everybody started searching up who Loeb is and putting in the art generator. Bro, it gets messed up. Look at these pictures. Like, what is this shit?
What the fuck?
But look. Like, what the fuck is this?
Ew, man.
It looks like straight horror. Yeah.
Yo, that is pretty weird. Anyways, that's another video. I'm glad you guys were here to hang out. We saw some crazy clips, some ridiculous fake clips. It happens. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be. I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping in. Peace.